Good morning, boys and girls. I am Miss Amy, and this is your teacher, Miss Sherry. Today, we're going to get down and dirty in some rocks.
That's right, Miss Amy. I am so excited for us to learn more about rocks and minerals, especially the ones that are shiny. By the end of today's lesson, you will be able to compare and contrast the different types of rocks and be able to describe them. You'll also learn that much of what we know about the earth came from scientists. You'll learn the names of some common minerals and be able to say how minerals are used by people. Did you know that rocks were made of minerals? Let's pretend that this cookie is a rock. The chocolate chips and other things in the cookie are the minerals that make up the rock. Sometimes we find minerals by themselves in nature, just like chocolate chips can be eaten by themselves. Mostly minerals are found in rocks, just like when there are chocolate chips in cookies. Most rocks can contain several different minerals. Remember, rocks are like this cookie, and the chocolate chips are like the minerals. They can be found in rocks or by themselves in nature. Now we're going to learn some of the vocabulary that goes with today's lesson. Say the word characteristics with me. Here we go. Characteristics, characteristics, characteristics. Characteristics are ways that we can describe and group people or things. Can you use the word characteristics in a sentence? Miss Amy, did you come up with a sentence?
I did. 2 characteristics of winter are that it is cold and sometimes it snows.
Great, that's an awesome sentence. Our next word is gemstones. Say the word gemstones with me 3 times. Ready, set, go. Gemstones, gemstones. One more time. Gemstones. Gemstones are precious stones that can be cut, polished, and used in jewelry. Just like our definition up here. Now it's your turn. Think of a sentence with the word gemstones. Miss Amy, can you tell us your sentence?
Yes, let me see. We were amazed at the different sizes and brilliant colors of the gemstones on display at the museum.
Super. Let's say the word minerals 3 times. Do it with me. Minerals, minerals. Once more, minerals. Minerals are natural substances found in rocks or in the ground. Can you say a sentence with the word minerals? Great job. Miss Amy, can you help us out with a sentence?
I think I can. I like this one. Minerals such as diamonds and gold come in many shapes and sizes.
Great. Okay, boys and girls, last one. Say the word traces with me 3 times. Traces, traces. One more time. Traces. Traces are very small amounts. Let me hear your sentence with the word traces. Super. Amy, do you have a sentence with the word traces for us?
I do. Even after cleaning, there were still traces of dust on the glasses.
Great job, everyone. You are all rock stars. You see what I did there?
That was good.
In other lessons, we have learned that most of the earth is made of rocks. And there are many different types of rocks on the earth. This is a KWL chart. That stands for what we know, what we wonder about, and what we learn. You can make one using notebook paper at home, so you can follow along with us. I'm going to ask for Miss Amy's help to complete our KWL chart. We're going to do the What We Know section first. Miss Amy, what is something that we know about rocks?
Well, we know most of the earth is made of rocks.
Great. Let's write that down and we'll put that on our chart. You can write it on your paper at home. Is there anything else that you already know about rocks?
Well, Miss Sherry, I also know that there are many different types of rocks.
That's wonderful. We can add that to our chart also. Remember, you can follow along with us at home by writing there are different types of rocks on your paper at home. On our chart, the next section is labeled with a W. That stands for what we are wondering about. Miss Amy, what is something you wonder about rocks and minerals?
Let's see. Sometimes I wonder, what are some of the minerals that I can see around me?
That's a great thing to wonder about. Let's add that to our KWL chart. What else are you wondering about? Miss Amy, can you tell us?
Let's see. How are minerals used by people?
Another good question. Thanks so much for your help. We're adding that to our chart. Did you add what you're wondering about to your chart at home? Great. You really rock. We'll find out both of those answers in our lesson today. It's time for our read aloud. In the read aloud, we'll meet our friend Jerry the geologist, who is going to share some special rocks and minerals with us. Listen carefully to hear all the ways that Jerry describes them. He'll show us pictures of some of his favorite minerals. It is also important to understand that there will be some words in the read aloud that you might not know, and that's okay. As a geologist, it's my job to study rocks. There are many, many different kinds of rocks out there in the world, and I have collected quite a few rocks during my time as a geologist. Here are some of the rocks and minerals from my collection. I have polished these in a special machine called a rock tumbler, which makes them shiny and really brings out the color. In this pile alone, I can see amethyst, tiger's eye, rose quartz, turquoise, red jasper, agate, unakite, onyx. Whoa! Sorry, I get carried away sometimes. Minerals are the building blocks of rocks. All rocks contain minerals. Sometimes you can find pure minerals unmixed with other minerals, but most rocks contain several different minerals. There are over 3,000 different types of minerals, and scientists still discover new ones from time to time. Minerals come in all different shapes, sizes, colors, and textures. We use these different characteristics to divide minerals into groups. Some of these mineral groups are quite common, whereas others are very unusual and even difficult to describe. I will tell you about a few of the best known minerals. For instance, this is a picture of the mineral quartz. Quartz is the most common mineral in the Earth's crust. Not the most common in the whole Earth, just the most common mineral in the crust. This picture shows a type of quartz called milky quartz. Quartz comes in many varieties. Those are clear quartz crystals on the top left. Some minerals form into perfect crystals like these, and some don't. It all depends on where and how they are formed within the earth. Crystals can come in all different sizes. Some are as small as a pea. Some are the size of your arm or longer. As for the color variations in different types of quartz, These are largely caused by the addition of very small amounts of various types of metals into the mineral. For example, this beautiful purple color of amethyst is caused by traces of iron and aluminum metal. Examples of rare gemstones are some varieties of corundum, a mineral composed mostly of aluminum and oxygen. Red corundum is known as ruby, and blue corundum is known as sapphire. Rubies and sapphires are among the most beautiful mineral crystals on Earth. Here is another beauty. This is called emerald. Emerald is a variety of the mineral beryl, which also comes in many different colors, including green, blue, yellow, and red. Deep green emerald is my favorite. And here is one of the most famous minerals. Do you know what these beauties are called? These are diamonds. A diamond is the hardest mineral in the whole world. A diamond is hard enough to cut through glass or scratch other minerals. The diamond on the left is a raw diamond, fresh from the earth. The diamond on the right has been cut and polished. The sides of a cut diamond are called facets. You need special equipment and skills to cut and polish diamonds or other gemstones such as rubies and emeralds. People who cut diamonds look through powerful magnifying glasses as they do their work. This is also so they can see all the tiny little facets or sides. Here is one mineral that we use every day. Have you ever heard of salt? Salt, or sodium chloride, is a common mineral that is found in the oceans and in the earth. Sodium chloride is called table salt when we use it in food, and rock salt when we use it to make roads safer during winter storms when there is ice and sleet. Some people put table salt on food to make it taste better. In fact, salt is an extremely important nutrient for people as well as animals. Your body needs salt. Not too much salt, but just enough. Too much salt is bad for you. If you eat too much salt, your body will tell you because you will feel thirsty. Salt appears in many forms in nature. Rock salt can be found in the form of halite crystals, like the rectangular shaped crystal pictured on the left in the image. You can't see salt in water because it dissolves, but you'll know it's there if you ever taste ocean water. Why do all these different minerals look the way they do? Each has its own story, and it gets pretty complicated. But you can bet that there were three basic things in common: heat, pressure, and time. These three factors play a role in the formation of every mineral. An important thing to remember about the rocks you find in nature is that you should leave them there so that other people can also enjoy them. If every person took even one rock, there soon would not be many rocks left. Without rocks, environments change dramatically. If the environment changes, the plants and animals that live there might have a hard time finding food and shelter. Now I've told you a bit about some of my favorite minerals. Take a look on the ground the next time you go outside, and you might actually see something interesting. Now let's see if we can remember some of the important information we heard in the read aloud. Can you answer this question? Why does Jerry the geologist have so many rocks? Miss Amy, can you help us out?
Yes, Jerry the geologist studies rocks.
Awesome! Is that how you answer the question? Great. The next question is, what are minerals? Do you remember? Miss Amy, how would you answer that question? What are minerals?
Let's see. Minerals are what rocks are made of.
Great job. You're a super listener. Here's another question. What were the names of some of the minerals that you've heard about in the read aloud? Miss Amy, do you remember some of those names?
Let's see. Some of the minerals we talked about were quartz. What was that red one? Ruby, sapphire, emerald, diamond, and I think salt.
Great job. Is that how you answered? Good listening. Let's answer another question. What is a gemstone? Miss Amy, can you tell us?
Yes, I think I can. A gemstone is a stone that's cut and polished to be used for jewelry.
Right. You are rocking. Get it? Here's another question. Where might you find the mineral salt? Miss Amy, can you help us out?
I know this one. I find salt on my table, but also in the oceans and the earth.
That's right. That was fantastic. See if you can answer this one. How is salt used by people?
Salt is used to put on our food to flavor it. And rock salt can be used on roads to make them safer when there's ice or even ice cream.
Oh, yes. That's a great use for rock salt. Exactly. All right, boys and girls, I'm going to show you a strategy called Think, Pair, Share to ask and answer the next question. You need a partner or someone to work with in your house. Your partner could be a parent, brother or sister, or a friend. I'm going to ask a question. I will give you a minute to think about the question, and then I will ask you to turn to your partner and discuss the question. I'm going to ask Miss Amy to be my partner. We're going to model first so you'll know what to do when it's your turn. All right, Miss Amy, which of the minerals that you heard about is your favorite and why?
Oh, I know the answer to this one. My favorite is the diamond. It can be made into beautiful pieces of jewelry.
That's a great answer. Now I'm going to share my answer with Miss Amy. My favorite mineral is sapphire. They're such a pretty blue color. Okay, so now it's your turn. Do you have a partner? The question is, what is your favorite mineral and why? Tell your partner your answer. Good. All right, now switch and you will listen to your partner's answer. Now let's complete the last section on our KWL chart. The L section is for what we learned during the read aloud. What did you learn today during the lesson? I'm going to ask Miss Amy to help me again. Miss Amy, what is something you learned during the read aloud?
Goodness, Miss Sherry, we learned so many great things. I know that rocks are made of minerals.
Great. Yes, we did learn that. All right, so boys and girls, remember, you can be filling out your KWL chart at home that we made earlier in the lesson. What else did you learn today? Miss Amy, is there something else that you learned?
Yes, I learned that minerals can be described by their characteristics,
Great.
the way they look or feel.
Good job. You're such an awesome listener. We're going to add that too. Should we add anything else? Miss Amy, what do you think?
Well, we know that people use minerals like salt to flavor their food and even make their roads safer in the wintertime.
Great. Those are all great things to add to our chart that we learned today. Thank you for helping out. Woo, that was a lot of information about minerals in the read aloud that you've heard Jerry say. Minerals come in all different shapes, sizes, colors, and textures. We use these different characteristics to divide minerals into groups. Let's say the word characteristics. Ready? Characteristics. Characteristics means more than one characteristic. A characteristic is something that makes a person, thing, or group different from others. Some characteristics of diamonds are that they are colorless and that they can scratch other minerals. Some characteristics of Jerry the geologist are that he has black hair and a mustache and loves to study rocks. What are some characteristics of your neighbor or partner that worked with you today? Remember that characteristics can include the way your neighbor or friend looks or the way they act. Try to use the word characteristics when you tell about them. Great job using the word characteristics to describe someone. What's the word we've been talking about?
Characteristics.
Good job. All right, so let's review. Today we learned that rocks are made of minerals and that minerals can be described by their characteristics. We also learned that people use minerals in many different ways, like to flavor their food or to wear as jewelry. That's the end of our lesson today. Thank you for being such great students. See you soon.
Bye. All rights and credits for these lessons belong to Core Knowledge Language Arts. We would like to thank them publicly for sharing these materials with us. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.